It was 7:53 when I started making this video. I'm going to take my time with this one. I feel this is a very important question to ask, considering the week I've had. Why the fuck do I bother to defend children when I find out that in certain places they are full on either legalizing, like New York, or wishing to legalize baby murder? How in the fuck is the statement, please don't molest children, it's bad for them, somehow putting the fucking cart before the horse? I'm fucking stunned. What did we lost our fucking minds?
How late in the third trimester could a physician perform an abortion if he indicated it would impair the mental health of the woman?
Or physical health.
Alright, look. He asked you the fucking question the way he asked you the question because it's a valid fucking point. You deciding to then correct him with or physical health tells me one of two things. You either think that he's an idiot and doesn't understand that that's also a consideration, or you don't get that the point of it is that mental health is a consideration. So either he's an idiot because you think so, or you're a fucking idiot because you are. Or you realize that if you actually answer that question, you're a fucking monster. Yeah, I guess I'd rather be an idiot, but you're still a monster.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Take your arrogance and shove it directly up your ass.
I'm talking about the mental health.
So, I mean, through the third trimester. The third trimester goes all the way up to 40 weeks.
Okay. But to the end of the third trimester.
Yep, I don't think we have a limit in the bill.
So,
I know. I feel the pain of the person asking the questions here. Out of the list of possible questions to ask that would in every way just decimate any possibility that this lady could ever be seen as a moral person again. God, what do you pick?
where it's obvious that a woman is about to give birth. She has physical signs of that she is about to give a birth.
Now, see, I want to interrupt him here for a second. This is a brilliant question, by the way, and I will play it in full. But I want to draw your eye to the lady standing to the right of the woman at the podium. I want you to pay attention to her for a brief moment.
Where it's obvious that a woman is about to give birth. She has physical signs of...
Now, that's all the question that he needs to ask in order to make her uncomfortable. That's it. Just from that, she knows already they're fucked on this question as well. Just watch her.
That she is about to give a birth.
You see that turn and lean? She can't look him in the fucking face anymore. It's called shame. I'll let you see it in full.
Where it's obvious that a woman is about to give birth. She has physical signs of that she is about to give a birth. Would that still be a point at which she could request an abortion if she was so certified? She's dilating.
Oh, God, yeah. She was sitting there thinking, How the fuck do I answer this question? And she had to think so long about it because she already knows that, said aloud, there is no good answer. She had to think so long. She gave him just enough time to come up with something that really fuck her in her ass. Watch her face when he says she's dilating.
She's dilating.
Ah! It feels so good to see.
She's dilating.
Yeah, that's right. You're a cunt.
Mr. Chairman, that would be a decision that the doctor, the physician, and the woman would make.
I understand that. I'm asking
point.
if your bill allows that.
My bill would allow that, yes.
So you're telling me that your bill allows a woman who's having contractions and the baby's being born, right? A woman can feel the first contraction and be like, fuck that, I ain't going through this pain. And then guess what? You're not a dad anymore. That sounds to me like a very uncomfortable car ride.
When Fairfax County Delegate Kathy Tran made her case for lifting restrictions on third trimester abortions as well as other restrictions now in place.
Other restrictions? What? Other fucking restrictions? Once you're literally murdering a baby, what other restrictions are there? What, like with weapons you can use?
And she was pressed by a Republican delegate about whether her bill would permit an abortion even as a woman is essentially dilating, ready to give birth. And she answered that it would permit an abortion at that stage of labor. Do you support her measure?
Let me interrupt you right there. No, I don't. I'll explain whatever it is you want me to explain, but I want to say this first and foremost. No, I do not support that. That's fucking insanity and monstrous. How could anybody support that? If I didn't just interrupt him, interrupting her and saying exactly that, I think I can make a fair case he's a bad person.
Explain her answer.
Yeah, and I wasn't there, Julie, and I certainly can't speak for Delegate Tran, but
she laid it out for you, man. You didn't need to be there. I didn't need to be in Nazi Germany to suspect the Holocaust was probably some fucking uncomfortable times for people. I didn't need to be there. And I don't need to know implicitly what was on their fucking minds. I can imagine. She laid it out for you. Fuck me.
I would tell you, first thing I would say is this is why decisions such as this should be made by providers, physicians, and the mothers and fathers that are involved.
You know what's funny? Once upon a time, doctors in a situation like this would suggest to you that maybe you would like to speak to a moral leader of some sort, a priest, rabbi, whatever, right? What happened to that? What happened to the moral question being asked? It doesn't even have to be a fucking religious. I don't give a shit if you're an atheist. Have your goddamn life coach come in. Fuck, they'll just tell you, yeah, murder the baby. Why the fuck not? You don't want to deal with that shit. Why do I bother?
There are, when we talk about third trimester abortions, these are done with the consent of obviously the mother, with the consent of the physicians, more than one physician, by the way.
Let me ask you a question, motherfucker. Sorry, sir. Let me ask you a question, motherfucker. What the fuck does that matter? More than one physician. So one doctor comes in and you say, "This hurts, doc. This really hurts, doc. I just abort it. Just get it the fuck out of me. I don't even care anymore." And the doctor says, "Yeah, I can scoop your baby out of there for you." And he turns to another doctor, and that doctor, he says, what do you think, doctor? And that doctor says, "Yeah, you can scoop that out of her for her." The fuck does that? What is that? Who gives a shit that two doctors agree that, yeah, medically, you'll survive an abortion, but the baby won't? You need two doctors to tell you that? The fuck is that a concern? Alright, well, I'm glad we're getting a second fucking opinion about murdering the baby as it's crowning.
And it's done in cases where there may be severe deformities.
Yeah, I remember those days.
When the boy was born, like old Spartans, he was inspected. If he'd been small or puny, or sickly or misshapen, he would have been discarded.
When they claim this video, I'm going to fight it. And what I'm going to say as my good reason for them to release the money, I'm going to say, do you really want to be attached to this video? But, continuing with the video, yeah, who the fuck wants some freakish fucking kid, right? Like, fucking up their family photos.
I am Ephialtes, born of Sparta.
I mean, that's just fucking gross. Who in the fuck would want some freakishly deformed child?
What's your secret to happiness?
If somebody's being mean, in my mind I'm just like, it's fine. Just do what you're gonna do, and just move on with it. Because you don't need to be sad when somebody's being mean to you. You just gotta move on and be like, it's fine. It's fine. They're just bullies. They're jealous because you're famous and you're awesomer than them. So, yeah, I just go, whatever.
Yeah, I mean, she says whatever. Like, who the fuck says whatever anymore? Ugh. If there's even a possibility my child may one day say whatever, oh, just scoop it out. Fuck it. You know, I gotta be honest with you. If that little girl was my kid, I'm a pragmatist. I'd be realistic about it. It would be very sad for me. And I would come to grips with it, and I would deal with it. And I would love my fucking child.
There may be a fetus that's non-viable. So in this particular example, if a mother is in labor, I can tell you exactly what would happen. The infant would be delivered.
All right. Some of you might not speak politician, so I'm going to translate this next part for you. When he says the baby would be delivered, what he means is that child would have the breath of life blown into it, and it would come screaming and kicking into this world.
The infant would be kept comfortable.
Now, I'm not entirely sure how to translate this, but from the context, I think what he means is kind of like, you know, when people are really, really old and they're dying of complications from being really, really old, and they send them to a hospice so that they'll be comfortable as they die slowly from complications from being really, really old, right? So I'm thinking that that's kind of what he means, but I'm not entirely sure. I don't think they're going to put the baby on a morphine drip, but honestly, I don't know what side of, like, when will I get into the realm of absurdity here? I don't understand. So I'm not entirely sure what he means by kept comfortable. But I would hope that essentially up to this point he's describing a normal childbirth. But I don't know anymore.
The infant would be resuscitated if that's what the mother and the family desired.
All right. So if there's complications, if the baby, say, is born but isn't breathing, and the mother says, "Save my baby," right? Then the doctor would put his all into making sure that that baby lived. At least I think. I don't know. The other one fucking set me for a loop. I could be totally off with this whole thing. Usually I'm pretty good at this.
And then a discussion would ensue between the physicians and the mother. So,
see, again, I'm fucking confused because I don't understand what the discussion is. So okay. The woman has the baby. Right? Now, mind you, we're past dilation here. The baby is born. This motherfucker's going beyond what the other bitch said. We deliver the baby. If there's complications, we fix the baby. The baby's alive. And even more, independent. Not entirely. It's a baby. But it's still independent of needing another human being's body to live in. This isn't your body, your choice anymore, you cunts. It's baby now. It's born. And then the discussion is, so how would you like me to murder your baby? Is this where the lessening of other restrictions comes from? In case the mother says, shoot it out of a cannon? Like, I don't understand what the discussion exactly is here. So I'm confused by this man.
So I think this was really blown out of proportion.
Wait a minute. Was everything he just said, like what he's saying, the people complaining about it are saying? I don't understand. Because, like, when you say, you know, when they were talking about the mother's dilating, the baby's not born yet. It's still in the mother. But the mother's dilating. And then we kill the baby. When they were talking about that, and then people said, you mean you're talking like you're going to have a born baby sitting in a bassinet and you're going to fucking kill it? Which would be, I imagine, what he's talking about with blown out of proportion, right? Like, that makes sense. And then he says, no, silly goose. What's going to happen is, say, for instance, if the baby's born and sitting in a bassinet, we'll have the doctor talk to the mother about maybe murdering her baby. You guys blew it way out of proportion. You know, I've done a lot of videos and I've taken a lot of shit for supporting women and telling them to do smart things. Like, be proactive about protecting yourself. Because that is the one person who can protect you better than yourself doesn't exist. It's you. And I tell this to women all the time. Adult women. Because I don't want to see them raped or harmed or hurt. And I tell men, be the best man you can be. Do the best you can be. Just be a good person. Don't abuse women. Don't be a fuck. We all know this. And that's for adults. And then also for adults, I say don't hurt children. Don't fuck children. Don't molest them. Don't touch them. inappropriately. Don't fuck up these kids for the rest of their lives. You're going to cause serious and irreparable mental and physical harm to them. And that's terrible. And don't do it. And behind my fucking back. That motherfucking cocksucker in New York passed a law. If a pregnant woman is mugged on the street in New York, and the mugger punches her in the stomach, not knowing that she's pregnant, like let's say she's not, fully pregnant, she's just pregnant, brand new pregnancy, maybe just found out about it. God, what a terrible story. And she gets mugged, and he punches her in the stomach to let her know that he really means fucking business. And she loses the baby. That isn't murder anymore. And that's just a unlicensed abortion. I don't even think that the guy comes up on charges for killing the baby in that instance anymore in New York. What the fuck? I think I've said enough. I mean, I mean, if the staunchest, fuck, why would I even bother? The staunchest pro-choice supporters are coming up with this shit. Of course, it doesn't turn their stomach. We're fucked, man. Like, how do we get, how in the fuck did we get here? And it just all of a sudden happened. What was a discussion about it? I don't recall a vote. I don't remember people in New York voting on murdering babies. I don't remember that news story. You know what I remember? There was no such thing like this anywhere in the fucking world. And then all of a sudden, in New York, it's not murder if I kick a woman in the stomach and she loses a baby. I just assaulted some bitch, and that's it. And performed an unlicensed abortion, which isn't a criminal offense. When you see people talk all the time about this issue, and the one thing that sticks in my mind, and I'll leave you with this thought, the one thing that sticks in my mind is, at what point is a human worth something? And if there's legitimately a point where a human's not worth anything, how on earth could that possibly be before that human even takes their first breath? If we're worthless before we're even born, what the fuck is the point of our lives?